In today's digital world, data breaches are happening constantly, exposing social security numbers, banking details, login credentials, and much more. Your personal information might already be in the hands of cybercriminals. Victims often don't know until it's too late. We'll go over the definition of a data breach, how breaches happen, and how to protect yourself from future breaches. First, let's define a data breach. Simply put, a data breach is any unauthorized access, theft, or misuse of sensitive, personally identifiable information. Sometimes it's the result of careless mistakes, like someone emailing sensitive data to the wrong address. But more often, it's the work of cybercriminals using sophisticated methods to crack open systems, steal identities, and make a profit. Let's talk numbers for a moment. In 2020, a breach at CAM4 exposed over 10 billion records, and in 2024, the National Public Data Breach compromised 2.9 billion records. Add in breaches from major names like Ticketmaster, Change Healthcare, Dell, and AT&T, and you're looking at another 827 million records exposed. There are multiple ways data breaches happen. First, there's human error. An employee forgets to log out or clicks a suspicious email link. Maybe they use an unsecured device to access sensitive files. One wrong move and the door is open. Second, there's malicious intent. A disgruntled employee might intentionally leak data or plant spyware that logs every keystroke. There's also phishing emails and texts designed to trick you into handing over your login information. Third, there's physical theft. Lost or stolen phones, laptops, or USB drives that aren't encrypted can become gold mines for data thieves. Even something as low-tech as shoulder surfing, literally watching someone type in their password, can lead to a breach. Fourth, there's hackers. These aren't just bored teenagers in basements. We're talking about organized cybercriminals with tools that can scan for weak points in a network, install malware, steal credentials, and exploit any lapse in digital defenses. Once they have your data, it can be sold on the dark web, used for blackmail or leveraged in other scams. If your data is stolen, there could be severe consequences. For businesses, it means lost revenue, a damaged reputation, and legal action. But for individuals, the consequences can be far more personal. Thieves could rack up debt in your name, access your medical records, and even open utility accounts or make major purchases pretending to be you. This kind of identity theft can ruin your credit and make it nearly impossible to get a loan or mortgage. Victims often spend months or years trying to undo the damage, filing police reports, disputing fraudulent charges, and communicating with agencies like the FTC and FBI. There are several actions you can take if your data is compromised. First, stay alert for breach notifications. Companies are required to inform you if your data was part of a breach. These notices usually tell you what type of information was compromised and may offer free credit monitoring or identity protection. Next, set up fraud alerts with all three major credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. This flags your file for extra scrutiny if someone tries to open a new account in your name. Then monitor your financial accounts closely. Set up alerts for every transaction and report suspicious activity immediately. If necessary, freeze your credit. Unlike fraud alerts, a freeze blocks anyone from checking your credit unless you lift it, adding another layer of protection. You can also consider subscribing to an identity theft protection service. These services go beyond monitoring. They actively help you recover if your identity is stolen, and some even offer insurance to cover losses. There are several steps you can take to prevent your information from being stolen in a data breach. Start with your software. Keep your operating system, antivirus software, and browser fully updated. Developers regularly release security patches that block known vulnerabilities. Get rid of old accounts you don't use. If it's still floating around with your email and password, it's a risk. Speaking of passwords, make sure you use strong ones. Mix letters, numbers, and symbols, and avoid anything that's easy to guess. Don't reuse passwords across multiple accounts, and enable two-factor authentication wherever it's available. Better yet, use an authentication app instead of just text messages, which can be intercepted. Think about your home network. If your router password is still set to admin, you should change it immediately. Encrypt your Wi-Fi with WPA2 or WPA3 settings and disable remote access unless you truly need it. And don't overlook your email security. That's often the gateway to your other accounts. Don't click on links from unknown senders. Be cautious with attachments, and if anything looks even slightly off, delete it. Last, back up your data. Use cloud storage or an external drive so if a hacker locks you out or deletes your files, you're not starting from zero. The truth is, you can't control what companies do, but you can take charge of your own security. Take cybersecurity seriously, protect your information, and don't wait for a data breach to wake you up.